What's up, guys? Alright, so I'm not sure how many people are going to show up for this, but I figured, I could do it and always archive the video and have you guys check it out later. It's a bit of a weird angle, but hey, I'm experimenting with the live streaming here. I'm actually live streaming on my phone for the first time, believe it or not. And I can't see the comments, which is weird. Top chat, live chat. So, does it pop up on the screen? I don't know. I'm new to all of this, guys, as you know. So I'm kind of learning as I go here, which is my preferred method. But we're going to get going. Whilst people hopefully roll in, a few people roll in for the live mailbag unboxing, which is in the title, which I will be doing. I thought I'd go over a small pickup I found today at the Goodwill. And a bookstore I stopped in where I got a really good deal from one of my friends that works there. So I'm going to go over this small pickup, and then once that's done in a few minutes, I'll start cracking open the boxes. The mailbag, do I have? Yes, and I have a blade for when that starts happening. I've got 4 or 5 packages, but about 15 or 20 movies to unbox, so that'll be fun. I can't see any comments right now. I'm not sure why or how. Maybe they pop up on the screen as they come in. I have no clue. No clue. But hey, first thing up, I'll show you guys these vinyl I picked up because... Oh, there we go. Hi, Mike. Good to see you again. Looking forward to seeing what's in the mailbag. Yeah, absolutely. I think you guys will be pleased. It's awesome. Well, at least I think so. So before the mailbag, though, I just wanted to go over a small pickup I had to try to get people into the live stream for the mailbag. I'll go over these quick. I found these vinyl for $1 a piece, and I gotta be honest, I don't know what they are, but they were fetching a bit, like 20, 30 bucks a pop. This one I can't even figure out how to open. Yeah, this one here, Megafaun. Have you guys heard of this band? I don't even know what it is. It might not even be a band. We have another one here by the same group, Megafaun. To find these at the Goodwill for $1 is amazing, and this one here is a nice orange. Look at that. Orange vinyl. So I think that's pretty cool. But again, I'm not interested in these. These are going to be sold off to fund the hobby. Atlas Sound Parallax. But yeah, I found those 4 vinyl. I thought that was really cool to find. I also found this, which is a flick I've been wanting for quite some time. It's called Another Earth. It's directed by Mike Cahill. And it stars a woman named Britt Marling. I think Britt Marling and Mike Cahill worked on another film, something to do with an eye. It was a very trippy science fiction concept. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she was in it, and it was a good film. So I want to check out this other collaboration by them, Another Earth. This is about a $15 or $20 Blu-ray, and I found that for $1. Foot Fist Way. I'm not sure if I have this. I think I might, or I may have gotten rid of it, but I actually do want to check this out. It's young Danny McBride writing and starring in this stupid comedy. Looking forward to checking that out if I don't already have it. If I do, I'm selling it. This, like a destroyed copy in terms of the case, but that's okay. I'll get a replacement. Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund. I think I have 3 copies of this now, which means it might be time for me to sell it to upgrade to the Blu-ray, which I know there is. Bubba Hotep, another one I have on Blu-ray that I will be flipping. And then one that I'm keeping, actually. I hope this has the original Russian language, but I'm not sure that it does. This is a 2-hour-long Russian horror film from a few years back, I think 2018, on a haunted, like, spooky ship or boat of some sort, sailboat. I don't know if it's a sailboat or a bigger boat. I have no clue. But Dark Water, I thought, yeah, why not? Give it a shot, especially since it's a foreign film. And last but not least, and then we'll move to the a mailbag. Officially. Come on in, Rocky boy. My dog wants to come in. Can't quite see him on the stream. I gotta get the stupid stickers off these. But that is my local bookshop, Paupers Books. What's up to anybody from Paupers who might be watching this during the archive? Final Fantasy V. This is just a little non-fiction historical look at the making of Final Fantasy V. I think that's really cool. And a nice short read. I could probably breeze through this in a day, in a sitting. Very small book. So I think that's amazing. So I picked that up because it's cool. You don't find too many books about video game making. Plenty about movie making, but video game making, there are starting to be more and more, because more and more people are recognizing it as an art, finally. Hello to anybody who is in the chat. We're going to get to the mailbag in one sec. I'm just going over a small pickup I had at my local bookstore here. This is cool. SNES Works, Volume 1. And actually, I thought these were two different things, because clearly they look like two different things. But this one just has a nice fancy slip cover, and I think hardcover, I'm not exactly sure, but it has a nice slip cover, kind of in the style of a Super Nintendo game. These are from Limited Run Games. These guys have a store near Raleigh, North Carolina, where I live currently, which is nice. The only store in existence. It's amazing. But yeah, so I think these might be the same thing, so maybe I'll end up selling one off. Now, it had a $50 sticker on it, but they had been there for months. Do you have any recommendations on movies like Den of Thieves? Which is funny because that's your name. Den of Thieves, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Obviously, Heat. Heat is a good one. 999 was in the vein. Sorry about that, guys. I had a bit of a thing I had to answer. We've got, I'm sorry, actually, hold on one sec. Sorry about that, guys. Live streaming. I got people calling me. My brother had a question. Anyway, this had a $50 price sticker. And I get 50% off because I used to work there. And the person there, my good friend Danny, decided to lower the price to $30 and then give me half off. So I got this for $15. Amazing. Full color, beautiful Super Nintendo. Going over all the games that came out in 91. And then this, which is even cooler to me because I'm more of a Nintendo fan. The original Nintendo. Same thing here. $50 price sticker. She gave it to me for $30. Plus my half off is $15 brand new for this NES Works. 1987. So this goes over a lot of the early Nintendo games, if not all of the early Nintendo games from the early release of the Nintendo. So I think that's amazing. So I can't wait to open this up and take a look at it. I love these types of books. I have a bunch of them now. All right. We've got our mailbag coming up here. We've got a small, nice little crowd in here. I hope everybody is doing wonderful on this brisk, I guess depending on where you are, winter evening. Here in North Carolina, it is cold as shit. It's about 25 degrees, and it's going to snow tonight. Good to see you back on YouTube a few weeks ago. Been watching Big Break. Yeah. Oh, I don't know how to make the... There it is. Okay. Been watching you to the big break you took. Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am back. I don't plan on leaving again, so I want to make videos. And my brother's cat is trying to attack my legs right now. Enjoyed the video with your friend. Listen to it during work. Lots of great gems in that DVD collection. Yes, there were. Thank you so much. I would love to do more videos with Steve, but he's busy studying for school and doing things useful with his time. But I will get him back on, and maybe we'll do like a live commentary of a movie, because I'll tell you, we watch the shittiest movies on the planet. We can't help ourselves. When we're together, we have like an echolocation device between us that finds the shittiest movies in my collection, which mostly came from him at this point. And we watch garbage, and it would be really fun. Our commentary is always fun too. So I'm thinking it would be fun to do a commentary with my buddy Steve, and I think you guys would enjoy that. What do you guys think? Would you enjoy something like that? Like a shitty movie, 80-minute movie, and we just kind of do a commentary making fun of it? For your favorite first-time watches of 2024 that wasn't a new release. That would be, yeah, cool, thank you. I'd have to think about that, to be honest, and this live stream I wanted to be a little bit more focused. I will be doing another kind of random live stream very soon, but this one, I got so many cool packages here that I got so many cool things on eBay that I had to share them with you guys here. So let's jump right in, not waste any more time. We're about 10 minutes in. So just a quick preamble. Okay, I have been selling off, little chunks of the collection. So lots of movies that I don't want anymore, out of print movies that I picked up and kept because they were out of print that I will never watch. I'm selling those off. I'm making hundreds and hundreds of dollars just selling off extras and doubles and triples and all that kind of stuff that I've already picked up on Blu-ray that I also had the DVD for. That kind of stuff. I call it maneuvering within my collection. So I've gotten rid of hundreds of movies. But I've also put some money back into the hobby and upgraded a lot of those DVDs that I got rid of to Blu-ray. So all said and done, I'm still making hundreds of bucks by selling off little chunks of the collection here and there. Don't worry, I still have the vast majority of it, trust me. Just things that I had doubles and triples of, things that I don't know why I had, things I'll never watch. The older you get, the more you realize what you would spend your time watching and what you wouldn't. So with that said, I'm excited to jump into these. One of the sellers I bought about 10 or 12 movies from, and I got those for $5 to $10, and it was a steal. And yeah, so we'll go through them one by one package at a time. The big package I'm going to do last, that's for sure, because it's cool. Hope I didn't spoil it. I think I just showed a little bit of it. All right, let's see what we got. Number 1. Oh, yeah. The Real Ghostbusters. This is the animated series, over 100 episodes. Now, this is as good as we're going to get in terms of a complete collection. I know the Time Life set is out there, the Steelbooks that I owned volume 1 of, which I have sold off now, which was a complete season. Time Life has the complete series, and it's the best transfers and yada yada, all the special features, it's the best packaging. I accept all of that, but I'm not spending $300 to $400 on a cartoon. I'm just not. I love this cartoon. This is an incredible cartoon. One of the best cartoons, in my opinion. But I'm not spending that much money on the complete set. So what did I do instead? I got over 100 episodes, which is, I think there's 140 episodes. So we're talking the vast majority of episodes here of The Real Ghostbusters, volumes 1 through 10, 2,500 minutes, approximately. 2,500 minutes of Real Ghostbusters. I think that's all I'll ever need. I'm sure this leaves out some great episodes. If you guys know what episodes it leaves out, which are really good, let me know. But this is an awesome cartoon. I'm glad to own it in some sort of concise collection here, while noting that this is missing 30, 40 episodes. What's up, Jesus? Thanks, Jason. What's going on? I get that all the time. Hey, I'll take it. I've been called worse, that's for sure. Real Ghostbusters. I love this cartoon. Good to have it in some sort of a comprehensive set. Again, I know it's missing a bunch, but hey, what are you going to do? Until something better comes around. And how much did I spend on this? Like $15, brand new and sealed. You can't go wrong with that, okay? Okay? You know what I mean? All right, next up, let's crack this bad boy open. This feels like it has more than one. So actually, let's do Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. It's my favorite Scooby-Doo cartoon. What's up, James? Long time no talk, buddy. James is my fellow cartoon man. I'm sorry, I forgot the question you asked me because I'm, I'm like trying to balance all this. I still have never seen that Scooby-Doo. I'm not a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I know, blasphemy. It is what it is. I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan. I grew up watching it. Watching it as an adult is not as fun as watching it as a kid. I'll tell you, this is just as fun watching as an adult as it is as it was watching as a kid. So, Real Ghostbusters. What do you think about that one, James? Do you like Real Ghostbusters? I'm sure you do. You have good taste. All right, we're going to do this one that feels like it has a single movie in it. Again, sorry for the lighting. Let me see if I can do this. It's a little bit better. I got another light bulb going. I'm the type of dude that, unscrews light bulbs when he doesn't want it to be as bright in the room. That's, the way I do things. Real Ghostbusters is awesome. All right, guys, so next up we have, a Criterion. What could it be? Take your guesses. What could it be? A Criterion that I've been looking for quite some time that I've had on DVD. It's actually pretty ironic based on what one of the comments was. It's crazy, actually. Your mind's gonna be blown. The Last Temptation of Christ. How ironic that the thing I open up is literally a movie about Jesus. This is a Martin Scorsese movie about Christ. I enjoy movies about Jesus Christ. Some of my favorites, like The Passion of the Christ, Greatest Story Ever Told, things like that. I like Ten Commandments, even though it's not about Christ, it's about the Bible. I like Bible epics. That's what I'll say. I love Bible epics, and I had to pick this up after selling both of my Criterion DVDs. Yes, I had 2 to fund this Blu-ray, and I got it for super cheap. So, Jesus is holding his own movie. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. It's like super ironic. To be frank, Willem Dafoe's Jesus does not really look like the traditional Jesus, or me for that matter. I'm much better looking than Willem Dafoe, thank you very much. No, but this is a movie that I've been wanting to see for years, directed by Martin Scorsese, and it does some interesting things with the narrative of the Christ story that I won't go into because I don't remember all of the all of the intricacies of it. But that's why I bought it. I want to watch it. So I'm looking forward to checking out The Last Temptation of Christ in preparation for Mel Gibson's Resurrection of Christ, which I can't wait for, especially if it's anything like he says it's going to be. Not really a fan of Bible movies, but there are some good ones. Yes, I agree. I am a fan of them. I like grand stories, and, the Bible is full of, religious or not, the Bible is full of great old epic stories. Not all of them are great. I think some of them are great and have something really meaningful to say. Stories that have been told in many religions over many, many millennia. I like religious movies. What can I say? Love Batman, The Brave and the Bold. It's another great Batman cartoon. I agree. And you know what's even better, in my humble opinion, is the video game for Batman, The Brave and the Bold. Batman, The Brave and the Bold for the Wii is a 2D hand-drawn beat-em-up that you could play with a friend on the same couch. It's amazing. Not a fan of the Bible movies, but I'm a sucker for religious horror like Rosemary. Oh yeah, religious horror, obviously, definitely. But every once in a while, I like to see just a biblical story told. Again, doesn't matter to me if it's true or not, or metaphorically true or not. I get something from them. They're ancient stories that resonate with me. Maybe it's because I was raised a Catholic. I don't know, but I like the old biblical stories. But again, it doesn't matter what religion it is. I'll watch any movie based on any religion. That's what movies are all about. Next up, we've got a package that feels a little heavier. It might have 2 or a box set. I'm not exactly sure. Thank you to everyone who has checked in. I am in the middle of my mailbag here. I'm going rather slow. You know me, I talk about things. Oh, cool. So this is okay, so the other night I was hanging out in my game room here in the man cave. And as you can see behind me, those are all my disc-based video games and my PC games, and over in this side are all the movies. But I was looking at my collection and I was like, where's my DJ boy? And I know most of you won't know what that means, but I was like, where's my copy of DJ Boy that I had since I was a kid? And I was like, did I end up getting rid of that game? Why would I do that? It's not a great game, but I grew up playing it. And, I have a very nostalgic soft spot for it. If I can get the damn thing open. Guys, DJ Boy. Look at that cover. Look at how colorful and fun. Yeah! Peace. DJ Boy, it was an arcade game by Kaneko. And apparently it was a pretty damn good arcade game. I never played it on the arcade. I played it in the early 90s on my Sega Genesis, or my father's Sega Genesis. It's a brutally hard game. Oh, I know. Doesn't it scream 90s? Look at that. So cool. But kind of I always thought of this guy as kind of a mascot of Sega because I was a stupid 4-year-old when I was playing it. But I was like, man, this is such a cool Sega game that wasn't on Nintendo, and oh, it's going to look so good on my shelf. As a matter of fact, I could put it there right now. Just want to show you guys the cart. Got this for like 15 bucks. Not bad. It doesn't have the manual. It's not the end of the world. I can always get the manual down the road. So I will put this where it belongs. Actually, I'm going to have to move things around. So this is my Genesis collection here, guys. Actually, screw it. I'll move stuff around right now. This is live shelving. Have you guys ever seen live shelving? That's what you get at the Board Sideboard. Live shelving. Oh. Alright, we're getting there. Don't mind me, folks. Alright, DJ Boy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Look at that. Ah, beautiful. Alright. Next up, we've got one more small package, and then we've got a big package full of movies. Can we get an upload video of the collection at some point? Yeah, definitely. I've been thinking about doing that. Do you think it would be better as a live stream or as a edited video? Because I feel at this point in my life with less time, I feel like if I don't need to edit a video, then I'm not going to. I feel like a live stream of my collection might be good, and then I could archive it and people could check it out. I don't know. What do you guys think? But the collection has grown, or I should say it's shifted around. I've gotten some new things, gotten rid of some old things, but I do need to do a walkthrough of my new place where I have all of my Blu-rays laid out in the living room. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And that's a damn good idea, if I do say so myself. Live streams are more fun. I agree. I love doing this. This is so cool, and I'm getting more comfortable with it, too. All right, guys. Next up. Sound like that, what's that, fucking Pawn Stars or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. That guy. You know what I'm talking about. What's up, Big Al? Love the old collection vids, going back to them a few times for the recommendations. Yes. Yeah, no, that's something that I could focus more on, is pointing out certain films that I think people should check out. Oh, guys, okay, next up, well, let's do this one first. One I'm less excited about, but is still excited about because I do like this movie. Flight of the Dragons. This is an archive collection. This is a beautifully animated 70s, I want to say 70, oh wow, it's 82. Another great film in the year of 82. Directed by Rankin and Bass. You guys would know Rankin and Bass from the old claymation, stop-motion Christmas movies. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, even the hand-drawn Frosty the Snowman, the Leprechaun, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, you name it. Rankin and Bass also did the, the Hobbit animated film, and the Return of the King animated film from the late 70s, early 80s. They didn't do Lord of the Rings, that was Bakshi, but they did pick up and do the sequel and the prequel, The Hobbit and Return of the King. So I love Rankin and Bass. I think most people, at least who grew up in America, have a soft spot for their animations because their Christmas movies, short films are a tradition, especially in my house. We play those on loop during Christmas because they're just so endearing and charming, and they feel warm. There's a warmth that comes from them, and it's an American culture. An American tradition. What can I say? But Rankin and Bass weren't slouches. They didn't just do the holiday stuff. They made some really cool fantasy flicks. This is one of them, Flight of the Dragons. So check that out. Only on Warner Archive. I sold two Warner Archive DVDs. Now, the next one, Mad Monster Party, that's a great one. Japanuary. Watching a lot of animated stuff lately. Japanuary, I like that. I feel like my Japanuary is a couple times a year where I can't watch anything but Japanese film. That's been going on for the last few years or so. I just watch kaiju, tokusatsu. I watch just regular Japanese crime, science fiction, horror. I've really fallen in love with it. As I've studied the language more and the culture, the movies have just become one of my favorites. I don't know what I like better, Hong Kong or Japan at this point. It's close. Next up is a film from 1986, I want to say. Going off the top here, guys. That we have been waiting to come to American Blu-ray, Region 1 Blu-ray for quite some time. And that is a film with Rutger Hauer that is one of the most underrated horror flicks of the 80s, in my opinion. Horror thriller. That is The Hitcher. Oh, I know There are so many people that love this film. I love this film. You got it. I love this film. It's just one of the greats. Yeah. Who doesn't love The Hitcher? See, people are coming out of the woodwork here saying how much they love The Hitcher. And we're not talking about the remake, folks, with Sean Bean. We're talking about the original OG with Rutger Hauer and, what's his name? C. Thomas Howell. Jennifer Jason Leigh. Oh, my God. You can't even talk about that. This movie is wild. It still holds up. It's an asshole clencher if I've ever seen one. Best movie. I agree. This is one of the best movies maybe ever made. And we finally have it on Blu-ray. I had an option to get it for $5 more on 4K, but honestly, guys, I think I've settled for being a Blu-ray collector. I am more than content with the quality. That's where I'm at right now. Maybe down the road it'll change, but I love this. So, two great movies, Pulse and Sonatine. Yeah, Kaido and Sonatine are two of my favorite Japanese films, and I have a beautiful Sonatine Blu-ray. It rules so much. Highly recommend Italian films. Rabid Dogs, Mario Bava, Hitchhike. I do have those on Blu-ray. I don't have Bava's Rabid Dogs. I have the remake. Love The Hitcher. A lot of Hitcher love right now. Hobo with a Shotgun is hilarious. I tried to watch that the first time I watched it. I wasn't too impressed with it, James. I got to be honest. But it is in the collection, and I do want to give that one a shot at some point. So The Hitcher, I am so glad to have this on Blu-ray. Awesome. And I sold, get this, I sold 2 Hitcher DVDs, one sealed, one used, and then I sold a Hitcher Betamax that I had in the collection for a long time. So this was, I made money buying this, essentially. Made money buying this. That's a good way to justify it. All right, next up, make sure my address isn't on here, or any address for that matter. This bad boy came from Canada. Canada Post, all the way from Canada. What's up to all my Canadian friends out there? We're going to go one by one, so I don't know any kind of order that these are in, which is exciting for both myself and for you guys. Now, this is one that I sold off the DVD of. I had a few copies of it, a couple sealed copies, and I finally got this on Blu-ray, which is a childhood favorite of mine, and one that I can't wait to rewatch to see how it holds up. That is Cannonball Run. Really the OG of the ensemble cast, you know, chasing something down or chasing after a fortune. Well, I should say it's a Mad World is the OG, but this came out pretty close, after that, I'd say 15 years or so, and kind of reinvigorated that genre. Then we get a few more of these types of films, Cannonball Run and 2 and Gumball Rally, things like that. This came out in 81, so the cast, the cast is Burt Reynolds, Farrah Fawcett, Dom DeLuise, who is just, I love Dom DeLuise. I just watched him in a movie called Loose Cannons with Dan Aykroyd and Gene Hackman. Recommend that movie. Everyone hates it. I don't. I loved it. Who else? We got Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Adrian Barbeau, Jamie Farr, Terry Bradshaw, Mel Tillis, Jackie Chan. That's right. He plays the Japanese character. He's not Japanese, but he plays the Japanese character. And then Michael Hui, who is Chinese, who is in a lot of Hong Kong movies. He plays... Two Chinese guys play the Japanese characters. That's just the way it goes, as far as I can remember. Either way, there you go. There's Cannonball Run. Love this. And the Avengers of their time. Yeah, it kind of was. This came out in 1981, by the way. Fun flick. Check it out. All right, another one that I sold off my DVD copy and ended up getting the Blu-ray for a few bucks more is a Vinegar Syndrome release, 1982. I'm going to give you guys some clues. I always have fun with that. Or no, 1981. It's a horror film starring John Cassavetes. And he wasn't, if I remember correctly, Cassavetes wasn't in many horror, if any at all. So Cassavetes horror from 81, can anybody guess it? I'll say it shares the name of a William Shatner horror film that is in the Esperanto language. I'm getting super nerdy. That's for my super nerdy cinephiles. If anybody could get that. Only horror I can think of is De Palma's The Fury. That's a cool movie. That is not what's in my hand. All right, coming up. One I still need, though. The Incubus. Nothing that special. I'm doing this whole, drum roll, big build-up. But, it's Incubus. It's not a bad movie. It's a fun little flick where John Cassavetes takes it very seriously, which kind of makes the movie. But yeah, fun movie, decent cast. John Hoff, John Cassavetes, John Ireland, a whole bunch of Johns apparently. Carrie Keane, Vinegar Syndrome. So you can't go wrong with that. And it has the beautiful. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna switch that right now. It's got a DVD and a Blu-ray, and it has the beautiful artwork there that you could swap, which I prefer the original artwork 9 times out of 10. Incubus. Yes, you guys are getting it now. Incubus. What do you guys think of this movie? It's not bad. I have some fun with it. I liked it enough to upgrade to Blu-ray, obviously. Now, pretty much everything in this box I got for $5 to $10. The guy hooked me up like crazy with the shipping, and he gave me deals on the individual ones. And some of them were, bidding. They were auctions, so I got some of these for literal like $2, $3, which is awesome. Cannonball Run was like $2. Another one in here was like $1.50. All right, next up is a film. I love this film. I want to say this is from '82, is it? Okay, here's some more clues. 1980, poster is very cool. Reminds me of the Superstition. Yes, yeah, I love that minimalistic poster. Creepy. It gives you the creepy vibes, man. Next up, we have a film from 1980. We will say a film by Roger Corman, who produced this film. Or no, did he not produce this film? I thought he did. Maybe he didn't have anything to do with this. Anyway, 1980, it's an Alien ripoff, one of the earliest Alien ripoffs ever. And, in the last scene of this film, it really becomes an Alien ripoff. But Doug McClure, Vic Morrow, such a fun movie. Any guesses? 88 films? Luzios Fursi, sorry if I butchered your name. You got it. Humanoids from the Deep. Very good. Very good. Based on the clues I gave, that was pretty sharp. Got to be honest. So this is a nice 4K transfer. It's a Blu-ray, of course, by 88 Films, and it is Region B, which is fine with me because I have an all-region player. In fact, it's sitting right there, right now. And this is brand new. So, yeah, some of these were new, some of these were used. These two were used, and this one was brand new, and I got it for less than $10. That one is pretty fun. Female director. Oh, yeah, that's right. Directed by Barbara Peters. Yeah, and I want to say Corman did have something to do with this because I think there was some behind-the-scenes stuff where they didn't get along, or there was some alleged misogyny or something along those lines. I forget exactly what it was, but you're right. Female director Barbara Peters, who I think did some other horror films, if I'm not mistaken. Did she do, what's it, Girls' Night Out? No, okay, I thought she did this one. Maybe she didn't. Either way. Humanoid, yeah, it's a great one. All right, next up, I sold my DVD copy of this, which also had, it was a double feature with Motel Hell, one of my favorites. And this film ain't no slouch. I watched this last October and really enjoyed it for what it was, and that is Deranged. This is, in the vein of Psycho, follows Ed Gein. It's the inspiration for Ed Gein. It's more of a biopic, kind of inspired by Ed Gein kind of thing, who was the basis for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the inspiration, I should say. It's another Region B here, written by Alan Ormsby, who also wrote and starred in Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. And what else do we have here? We've got directed by Jeff Glenn. I'm not sure what else he's directed, but this is a good little flick. I do enjoy this, and I got this for like $4, so you can't go wrong with that. Next up is a flick that I have been wanting to see, that I may have seen when I was really, really young, and it kind of scarred me. And you know how you see a film when you're really young? And I'm going to do a video on this soon, so I'm not going to go too deep into depth, but I saw a movie when I was younger that had some sort of cultish, it felt like very old to me at the time, so it was probably from the 70s, in the woods, and it had this cult and these flashing images of demons, and I never could figure out what the film was. I still haven't seen it as an adult, but it scared the hell out of me, because I convinced myself that it was real, like what was happening on the screen was real, because I had never seen such a serious and ethereal, almost otherworldly horror film. The Omen, there you go. Anyway, I bring that up because this film might be that film I'm talking about. That is the Devonsville Terror. I love the title. I love the cover, the minimalistic cover. I love even the Blu-ray case is black here. 88 Films put this out. Again, this one's actually region-free, so they started wisening up and doing region-free stuff. Uli Lomel directs this, so I'm not expecting a ton, but I'm hoping this is the film that I saw as a young kid. I don't think I'll ever find it. I think it may be an amalgam of many different things, even though I have a very distinct memory of it. But what do you guys think of the Devonsville Terror? I sold my VHS of this and basically funded this. This was under 10 bucks. And yeah, awesome. Brand new and sealed, Devonsville Terror. Next up is a film. This is so funny. I am currently in the process, I think I've sold 2 copies. I have 5 copies on DVD of this next film. And I've sold a couple already to fund this Blu-ray with a nice slipcover here. It's from 1995, I will say, or 1993, I should say, and it stars Ray Liotta. Any guesses, guys? 93, Ray Liotta. Just think about the type of films that I enjoy. Let's see. Unearthed Classics put this out. MVD Visual. Any guesses? All right, I'm going to show it off. No guesses coming in, so No Escape. A fun little post-apocalyptic sci-fi flick from 93, directed by the great Martin Campbell, who would go on to do Casino Royale. But he did Goodfellas 94. Goodfellas 90, isn't it? Martin Campbell did films like The Mark of Zorro. He did GoldenEye, my favorite Bond film, Casino Royale. He's definitely known for his action-adventure flicks, and this is no exception. Good film. Casting might be a little odd, but I like it. Ernie Hudson, Ray Liotta, Kevin Dillon, and the villain is played by Stuart Wilson, and he does such a good job. Lance Henriksen's also in this, Michael Lerner, Kevin J. O'Connor, Kevin Dillon. Great cast of character actors. This is a fun science fiction film about guys in a futuristic prison, kind of like a Great Escape, a futuristic Great Escape kind of thing. So, awesome movie. Check that out. Let's see if it has any goodies on the inside. Nah, just a movie, which is fine by me. Next up is another film that I sold off a few of my DVDs to fund, and I never had anything outside of the full screen DVD of this film. This is a film by Sean S. Cunningham, who did, obviously, famously, Friday the 13th, I'm blanking over here. Friday the 13th, and it came out in 1989. Any guesses? Exiled on an Island, that's right. Yep, it's like a prison island prison film. It's a good one. 1989, Not All Aliens Come From Space is the, is the tagline. Anybody, can anybody guess what I've got here? Deep Star 6, a film that I've yet to see because every time I picked it up, it was the full screen DVD, and I'm like, I am definitely not watching the full screen version of Deep Star 6. This is one of the last science fiction horror films that I've yet to see from the 80s, and so I want to savor it, and I want it to be special. So, I'm looking forward to this one. Really, no actors that we know the names of, except for Nia Peoples and Miguel Ferrer. Everybody knows Miguel Ferrer, at least by face. This is an Alien ripoff, no doubt about it, but one that I've been looking for quite some time, and I got this for about 10 bucks. Can't beat that, guys. Studio Canal release. Yeah, it's tons of good stuff. So far, for the people that are just coming in, this is what I've unboxed from... Actually, I'll show. That's what I've unboxed so far. Lots of cool stuff. Next up, how many more do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more. I felt like a Gold member when he's counting his testicles. He's like, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good. Next up, we have a John Carpenter film from the 90s. Deep Star 6 is great, as good as Leviathan. Good to hear, because it looks a lot like Leviathan. It's in the same kind of vein, so... I do love Leviathan, so I'm hoping Deep Star 6 is good as well. I'll take your word for it. 1998, John Carpenter. That should give it away. A really underrated genre flick that is so unique and feels so different than any other. You're spot on. Feels so different than any other vampire film that I've ever seen. It just has a different vibe to it. Almost, actually, kind of like Lost Boys, kind of like a Schumacher vibe, but even cooler. James Woods is always fantastic, and this is no exception. It is so good to watch him ham it up in the most serious of ways in this movie, where he takes it deadly seriously while what's happening around him is kind of wacky and kind of absurd. But that's why we love James Woods. Underrated actor, my opinion. Oh, wow. Are we... Hey, I don't know what just happened. We cut out. Are we good? Everybody still... Am I still good? All right, looks like the live counter's still going. But Ghosts of Mars, we are back. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, Ghosts of Mars, I do like. I enjoy that film, but it's definitely not a great film. This is a damn good film. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what happened with my internet. It just freaked out a little bit. We're coming to the end of this, so as long as it holds out for a few more minutes, I've got a nice small crowd in here, and I really appreciate you guys checking in and spending your time watching this live stream. There's so many other live streams that I'm sure are great that you guys could be watching, but you choose to come to me, and I really appreciate that. I'm trying to keep this entertaining for you. Still getting my feet wet with the whole live stream thing. What's up, Dean? Hello. Thank you for stopping back in. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Next up is a little flick. I'm so happy to have this. Finally, it has the theatrical version here. 2K transfer. I'm just trying to give some clues. All right, so we've got a film from 1976. Definitely a proto-slasher. A lot of people say this is one of the earliest slashers. The first time I watched it, I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. But I think the second time I will fall in love with it. It's a damn good slasher from 1976. Predates Halloween. Comes out around the same time as Black Christmas, or a little bit later, a couple years later. And that is, with the beautiful slipcover, Dreaded Sundown. No, good guess. I do have that one. Whoop. Alice, Sweet Alice. What a wonderful name for a horror film. Really good horror film that I hope to fall in love with next time. A very young Brooke Shields is in this. Very young. Let's see. It says, bearing influences from the likes of Hitchcock, definitely. Then the then booming Italian giallo film, and more specifically, Nicholas Roeg's Don't Look Now. Honestly, that's a damn good comparison. Nicholas Roeg's Don't Look Now. It has a very similar atmosphere, very similar vibe. This has some bizarre characters, like any great 70s horror film has. Bizarre characters, and you know who I'm talking about. A big, fat dude that lives in an apartment. Really creepy. Really creepy. Heard good things about Alice, Sweet Alice. Yes, it is very good. Again, I hope to fall in love with it next time. Oh, sweet. Gotta love Arrow, guys. Look at this. Look at that. Boom. Creepy kids in raincoats. That's right. Yeah, good point. Only difference is the color, right? Between Don't Look Now, I think. Was the one in Don't Look Now red? That's pretty cool. Look at that, guys. Double-sided poster. And I got this one for like $12, I want to say. Something like that. This one's a little bit more expensive because it has the slip and everything. So, all right. Next up, guys. Oh, sorry. I forgot something. There we are. Okay. All right, next up, we've got a film that I've been wanting on Blu-ray for a very long time. I've had a water-damaged DVD for probably over 10 years now. No, about 15 years, actually. Over 15 years now. It's Paul Thomas Anderson's first film. I believe it was his first or his second. It was very, very early. It was Red and Don't Look Now. That's right. Yellow and Alice, Sweet Alice, Red and Don't Look Now. You're good. You're good at this game. I barely gave anything out. But PTA, yes, Hard 8. Now, this has many different versions. I decided to get this because it was, it was around $20. This is the most I spent on a single movie from the guy that I bought all these from, guy or girl. And this is from 96, PTA, just a sleek, slick, but what do they call it? Slow burner, pot boiler of a movie with great characters. John C. Reilly, in my opinion, has never been better as sort of a down on his luck gambler. Philip Baker Hall is so good in this as kind of the fixer. Might be fudging my memories of this film, but that's how I remember it. Gwyneth Paltrow, Sam Jackson as Jimmy. John, a half-bright loser stranded in Reno, John is played by John C. Reilly. He's down to his last few bucks when Sydney, taking pity on him, offers a few tips on making money in the casinos. That's right. Phil Baker Hall plays Sydney, and he's kind of like a pseudo-criminal. I don't want to give too much away, but Hard 8, awesome movie. One of the better casino films, in my opinion. Those could be boring sometimes, but not Hard 8. Put out by Imprint here. Hell yeah, thrilled to have this. Looking forward to rewatching that. It's been a long time. I'm a big fan of Paul Thomas Anderson, so... And Paul W.S. Anderson, for that matter. All right, well, the last one is not the most exciting. In fact, it's probably the least exciting of the bunch, if I'm being quite honest. But I got it for, no joke, $1.60 or something like that. And it's one I did want on Blu-ray because I do want to watch it. Every time I pull out the DVD, I'm like, I'll wait for the Blu-ray. Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins. We'll leave it there. Any guesses? I think they were in a couple movies together, so let's see if you guys could guess this. Came out 1994. No clue. Yeah, it's not the most exciting. Not a big genre film or anything. Legends of the Fall. Any fans of this one out there? I'm curious to know what you guys think of this, because Legends of the Fall is a war film. It's kind of an American epic. Takes place over a long period of time. I've never seen it, but I know a little bit about it. Directed by Edward Zwick, American filmmaker. He did one of the Jack Ryan films with Harrison Ford, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I don't know much about this, guys, but I know it's like an epic, poster screams Oscar bait. Yeah, I'm sure it was Oscar bait. Yeah, so this one, it's funny because the last one is really out of tone with the rest of the films. But hey, I like my Oscar bait sometimes. I like my American epics, Heaven's Gate and Ride with the Devil and things like that. So, guys, there's an overview of the movies I got during this pickup. I will have probably another live pickup video later on in the week when I get a few more packages, and then that'll be my flurry of purchases for the time being. But yeah, I've gotten rid of hundreds and hundreds of movies, things I had doubles and triples of, things I just don't want anymore. And I bought a few to kind of fill holes in the Blu-ray collection, and I'm very happy about it. I did it for very, very cheap. I think you guys would be surprised with how cheap some of these were. I mean, we're talking bucks on the dollar. And then when you factor in the fact that I sold my DVDs to get these, pretty much all of these, except for Alice, Sweet Alice, even better. So I'm very, very thrilled with this little collection that I got, little mailbag. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to, do all the things. Leave it a thumb up and give me a comment in the comments below. I don't know how that works with archive videos. And feel free to subscribe to the channel if you just kind of moseyed in here, because I will be doing more things like this. And I've got some cool things planned for the channel. I'm really excited to move forward with it. And I love communicating with you guys. It's always fun. Oh, it's good night from UK. Thank you so much, guys. I wish there was a way I could see more of the comments. Looking forward to your next live stream, Mike. Thanks for this one. Of course, thank you guys for tuning in. It means the world to me. I'm pretty sure this is the largest live stream I've had so far. It got up to 20 viewers as far as I saw, and that's pretty incredible. So thank you guys so much. Continue to keep an eye out for videos, thrifting videos, live streams. I've got some cool stuff planned. And I've even got some music in the works. Yes, I'm working on another song. I don't know if most of you guys probably know I released a song a few years ago called Howl at the Moon. It was kind of a gangster rap mixed with horror rap song. And I've got something similar in the similar vein coming soon. So stay tuned for that too. Thank you guys. I will see you next time. Bored Cyborg is out. End of line. End of